Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, fellas. Randy, Sue, Hamid, Chris. Guys, good morning. It is Monday. Hey, Steven. Yeah, surgery went well. Thank you. No more reading glasses. Mark, good morning. Salem, Jim, guys, very good morning. Monday morning. We, it is August 3rd. Jacques, good morning. Guys, we're going to have a full house today. Ordinarily, we have, on average 150. Hey, Bill, good morning. Good morning from Italy. Well, good morning to you. Ordinarily, guys, we have, 150, 180 in the room. Today, we should be well over 250, 270 if everybody logs in that is registered. We have a number of trials this morning, somewhere around 60. And I want to say good morning to those of you that are here on trial and already in the room. And welcome you to the room. I will shortly go over what it is you'll see today or this week actually in the room. And we will talk about the robots. I'll go through this stuff. I'm just looking at charts. I mean, I'm watching these markets. If you look at a daily chart, this is the daily chart on the NASDAQ. And this is, for those of you guys that are here early, this is the robot. And hey, Kath, good morning. Good morning. Good morning in the UK. Well, good afternoon for you. This is the robot on a daily time frame, and you guys can see this is where we are now. This has been our resistance, which hit 3 or 4 times last night. We've gone through. It looks to me like we're surely going to see these all-time highs again, if not higher. But you can see the robot for the year would have taken 2 trades. I've highlighted them. I've shown this before to past trials. But the robot would have taken this short back here in February and then this long back in April, which we'd still, you could theoretically still be trailing. But all 3 targets have been hit. I will, I'm kind of killing a little bit of time. We have so many trials. I just looking at the room now, I can tell just by the numbers that are in the room, we can't possibly have all the trials in. Nonetheless, what I will do, the session for the trials that are here and those that will hear this later, the sessions are recorded, and I will send out a daily email to each of you trials, and in that email I will include the video where you'll see the replay, basically the replay. I pause and start the video so that you don't have to listen to my preamble. Good morning, Todd. And in any event, I'll explain it. I'm just trying to kill some time to allow people to come in, because inevitably I will start going through things and there will be questions. Let me say this to start. The charts that you're looking at in your screen, this is not the robot. These are 15 range charts. These are charts that I use when I'm trading order flow. And throughout the day and of course the week, as things get slow or the bots aren't firing any trades, I will of course offer order flow suggestions to the members. If anybody here that's on trial wants to take advantage of those or trade them in sim, that's certainly your prerogative. But I do offer additional trade ideas. Just quickly looking around currently on the robots, gold is currently in a long. I don't have mine on yet. It is in a long. The NASDAQ has been in a long, although is rolling over off this top. Euro is basically flat. It's in a short, kind of. Everything else is in longs. YM, ES on the robots, they're all in longs. Crude is trying to turn up. Bonds have sold. They're in a short. So I'm pointing this out because the robots that we trade across multiple instruments and, of course, multiple time frames, smaller to bigger. Good morning, Hubba Hubba. Smaller to bigger are already directionally in a trade. So I'm not sure. NASDAQ looks like it can pull back to 34, 934. Good morning, Patrick. Just looking at overnight, we've got about 1,900 plus buyers, net buyers in the NASDAQ overnight. Fair amount of sellers in silver. Fair amount of sellers in gold. 1,700 in gold, although it's bid at the moment. Crude, small sellers, they've been buying them back pretty much all morning. 650 net sellers currently. Buyers in the YM, buyers, small buyers in the Russell, which is also bid. And small buyers in the ES, just over 1,000. Good morning, Dana. Yeah, so for those of you guys that sent me emails and Skype messages over the weekend, I appreciate that. The surgery went well. I can now see without the aid of reading glasses, which is amazing. I mean, it's incredible. And unfortunately, my timeline was a little different than theirs. I thought because I was getting there at 8 o'clock, I'd be back by the opening of the market. That didn't work out. In any event, Bill, I had cataract surgery in my in one of my eyes. Does it hurt? No, no, no. I mean, listen, if I had a third eye, I'd have them do it on my third eye. No, the surgery itself is like 15 minutes. The issue was pre and post op was a pain in the neck. I spent more time in pre-op than surgery. Pre-op was about an hour, and then post-op was another hour. So it was 2 wasted hours. By the time I got back here, Dean had already closed the room. But thank you guys for following up. Andrew, good morning. Once again, if you guys are here on trial, I'm just killing a few minutes. Yeah, because of my age. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you guys are here on trial, I just real quickly, we ordinarily have 150, 170 signed up for the room. Today we're 250, 260. We've got about 60, 200. We've got about 60 trials this week, and I'm sure we'll get more that stagger in. So I'm killing some time before I start to go over the bots, but just to reiterate what I said prior to some of you maybe walking in, the sessions are recorded, and I will send out to you every day a recording of the session with our daily totals. And I show them at the end. I mean, I show them trade by trade, but I show them at the end anyways. Alejandro, good morning. Good morning. Very good morning to you. Good to see you. Guys, let me do this. I doubt, it's Monday morning. Let me check news. I doubt we have anything on the calendar for today. And we have ISM at 10 o'clock. And then as far as earnings, I'm not sure we have anything of any interest. Nothing. Take two after the close. Nothing that I see we're pretty much past all of the major stuff. Bill, no, everybody does not see the questions. I see the questions. I don't have any place to put a chat. So I see all the questions, and I will. So for instance, good morning. Kathy, good morning. If somebody asks a question and says, hey, what do you think of the Mets? I may respond to that, but not repeat the question. If somebody asks me a question, anybody, trial or member, if they ask a question about a trade or something that is pertinent to the room or the trade or whatever the case may be, I will repeat that question and then I will answer that so you guys know. Guys, I'll quickly, I'll read the disclaimer very quickly. Let me just bring this up. Let me read our government required disclaimer. U.S. government required disclaimer: futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In addition, fellas, if I take a live trade, just to be clear, past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that I may take a live trade is not indicative of a trade that you should or should not take. Yeah, so Bill is asking, Bill is a trial, and he's from Italy, so being an Italian, he probably gets preferential treatment. Does the bot control risk being told? Yeah. So let me show you guys. Let me just show you guys what. Let me just go over the bot, because whether guys are here or not is going to be moot because they'll get a recording. So this is our robot. Okay, this is a fully automated robot. The robot is unique unto itself insofar as it's the only one that I am aware of that is based on moving averages. All right. So it's not a simple moving average crossover. The moving averages are obviously the trigger on your primary chart, but the robot is assessing time frames, right? It's a multiple analysis or a multi-time frame analysis of moving averages. So the robot is assessing not only moving averages on your, this, I don't know why that's there. Hang on, guys. 3 minute, but it's also assessing moving averages on up to 4 additional time frames. So they're effectually filters, right? So when all of your time frames are congruent, the robot will then execute a trade. Stops and targets are identified by the robot using a multiple of ATR, average true range. So when you see, for instance, when you see this first target here at 5.5 handles, right? That's not a generic target, or 14 3/4 or 25 3/4. Those are not generic targets. That's not a generic ATM. So the robot is assessing your targets based on current market volatility. So right up until the point of entry, it's configuring these targets and stops, and we're using, of course, a multiple of average true range. Okay, very simple to operate. It's a fairly complicated programming, but it's a very user-friendly and very easy bot to operate. Very simple. Bot is now on. Okay, bot is now on. That's it. Right. Red borders telling you it's in a short. Time frames are red. You can see the background is red. So we know that we would be in shorts. There are some options within the robot. So for instance, this exits button, if I turn that off, the robot will disregard targets and stops as identified by the bot. and it will use your ATM. So for instance, if your ATM strategy is set at 10 tick first target, 10 tick stop, just to use a number, with exits off, it will auto execute a trade, but it will use your ATM, whatever you've set. So you have to set an ATM. Okay? You have to set an ATM. With exits on, the robot will override your basic ATM and then plot these stops and targets. But again, with exits off, it will use your ATM, whatever that may be, 100 tick target, 10 tick target, etc. We have a break even button at first target. You can set that for whatever you'd like, break even plus 15, break even plus 2, break even plus 100, doesn't matter. You can set that break even button. We also have an auto trail. And then this button here, continuous, will continue to trade until you turn the robot off. Now you can also set it to program directionally or trade directionally. Now it'll only take longs. We'll disregard all shorts. Now it will only take shorts and disregard all longs. Okay? All trades is it will take all trades long and short when parameters are met, which is where I leave it. I don't fiddle with, well, the delta is such and, whatever the case may be, I think I'm only going to take longs, I'm only going to take shorts. But this robot would actually be in a short if I had it on. I do not. We'd be short from 85 on the NASDAQ with a first target here at 79.75. And I probably should be short. And then second target down here and third target. So on and so forth. Okay? So this is it. So built within the robot, there are some settings. For instance, there is a daily goal, daily draw. Let's just hypothetically $500. You can have the robot take a $500 daily draw or $500 daily goal. One of those numbers is hit, the robot shuts itself off. There's also time filters in here. You can set it to trade up to 3 separate time frames in any 24-hour period. So for instance, I live in the East Coast. If I want to trade the European Open at 3 a.m., I set it for 3 a.m. to, let's just say, 5:30. And the bot will only trade from 3 a.m. to 5:30 and no longer take trades. Let's say I have a job and I've got to be at work at 8 o'clock, but I want it to trade the US Open at 9:30. And I want it to trade until, say, 11:30 when Europe closes. I simply put in the hours of 9:30 to 11:30. The robot will trade between 9:30 and 11:30 and will not take another trade. So this is the short here that this 3-minute NASDAQ would have generated or did generate. I just don't have it on yet. You would have been entered here. Not quite to first target yet, but should get you to first target. Some of the questions that are fairly common are, how many, can I trade one contract or 1,000 contracts? Well, whatever you currently trade manually, you can trade with the robot. There's no limit on either the upside or the downside. If your account can withstand margin requirements for 1,000 contracts, you can trade 1,000 contracts. The bot doesn't care. I also get asked frequently, can it trade micros? The answer is yes. You can trade micros. So one of the most common questions I think that we get is, will we help you set it up? So there's a lot of bots out there, most of them ill-performing. And I'm going to defer to Dean on this question if I'm assuming he's in the room and listening. This bot's in this particular time frame on the NASDAQ, trading 3 contracts since March 10th, has taken somewhere in the vicinity of 320 trades and has grossed somewhere in the vicinity of about 65,000. Dean, if you're in the room, you can give me the exact number if you like. But trading 3 contracts since March 10th, somewhere in the vicinity of 320 trades and somewhere in the vicinity of 65,000 in gross, just this chart. Now we trade them on different time frames. So for instance, I trade the NASDAQ on this 3 minute, and I also trade it on this 15 range. Okay, so this is a 15 range chart. Now this would have fired a short. This is a very small time frame chart. This would have taken this short here. You'd be short from 99.5. It came very close to your stop out, did not stop out. 3 3/4 target, first target hit, and 7.5 handle, second target hit. So you got first two targets. Anything more than the second target is a bonus, which is down here at 13 handles. Generally, we have some kind of preferred hours to trade. So for instance, bonds and silver. Silver trades best for those of you that might be silver traders. Silver trades best between the hours of 3 a.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. And consequently, that's generally on when we come into the room, as is bonds, 30-year bond. Gold, we generally turn on about 8 a.m. when we come into the room. Crude, I generally turn on about 9 a.m. And then indices right around 9:30 or just ahead. Does anybody have any questions? There are no bot trades at the moment. Bonds are in a short, well into shorts, unless they go long. Yeah, Bill, you can. Theoretically, you can leave. Actually, in actuality, you can leave the bot on 24 hours a day. You probably would not want to do that. There are dead periods. Depends on the time frame, though. So, for instance, if you're trading it on, say, a daily chart, you're not going to get. I mean, again, this is, we're August now. We're 8 months into the year, and this has taken 2 trades this year. Okay, if you're trading it, on a 60-minute, it's obviously not going to take very many trades as well, right? So, for instance, let me just get some more data in here. You may be in a trade, for hours, right? So, let's, for instance, just to use this trade as an example, July 30th, you'd be in this trade for hours, right? 83 handles, 138 handles, and 193 handles. You'd be in that trade for hours. Here's another trade, long. It's hit first target at, call it 100 handles, 99 3/4. First target's filled. Those are not, trades that are going to be in and out. Kind of giving you the opposite. If you were trading a 15 range and you were to trade this very small time frame, at noon, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon, this could whip you around. It's just a small, this works great when there's some volatility because it'll zip usually to targets. But in the middle of the day, when things get choppy, whereas a 60-minute or a 240-minute will keep you in a trade, and it's just pullbacks within the overall move, that 15 range is going to go sideways and bite your head off. Hey, Dale. Yeah, so that's a good question. So generally speaking, so there's a way you can do that. You can have sub accounts, Dale, which I do not. I do not have sub accounts, but I do trade 2 different accounts. So I can do it with 2 different accounts, right? So good morning, Ali. So for instance, if I wanted to take gold long on the 377, the small time frame 377, and I wanted to take it long on the 3 minute that we trade, unless you have sub accounts, which you can do. We have members that do. It would have to be a separate account, or oftentimes I'll just shut the one account off. So for instance, if I go long on a very small time frame, let's say gold on the 377 tick, and I see the 3 minute is setting up potentially for a long, I'll shut that off. Most of the traders that we have, so I started with the bot last August. We're coming up on about a year that it's been offered. And we have some 400 and, I don't know, 60 members, something like that, users of the bot. Most of them do not trade every single time frame. Now I track every single time frame, daily and then weekly and of course monthly. So I track every single time frame just because when we've done the initial, back testing or continued testing, ideally we want to remain somewhere around 70%. Now, with clarification on that, this 15 range does not trade near 70%, right? It's such a small time frame, it oftentimes gets whipped around, especially around the open. But be that as it may, most of the members do not trade on every single time frame. They just take the trade that comes up. So if a 3 minute fires first, they'll shut the 377 off, or vice versa. Yeah, so that's another good question. So Dale has asked, how many instruments do most traders trade? Virtually everybody trades the NASDAQ, right? Most trade the ES, many trade the YM, and most trade gold. So from there, it becomes kind of a trader preference. I did not think we had anybody trading silver, and we actually do. I've got that I know of. I've got 3. So you can see it's a very small percentage that are trading silver, although silver is one of the most profitable charts that we trade. We do have I know a few that love bonds and trade bonds. I don't know who, if anybody, is currently trading crude. I don't know if anybody is trading crude. We were trading crude, and then if you recall back in March when crude went to a negative number and margin requirements, some firms were as high as $40,000 per contract. Most everybody got away from trading crude. But the robot can be used on any instrument. Guys will ask me about corn or soybeans. I don't trade them, cotton and whatnot. I don't trade them, but you can trade it on anything. It does not. Yeah, micro crude will be interesting, Scott. Yep. It does not work on the free Ninja Free license. No. And that's on Ninja's end. That's not on ours. What do you mean standard time frame, Robert? If you could expound on that. Yeah, 3 minute is what I prefer are the 3 minutes. Although I do like the bear with me 1 second, guys. 1 second. 3 minutes are what I tend to like the best because they avoid some of the obvious chop or sideways. So you're getting there would be a long trade now trying after small first target on the NASDAQ. I generally don't trade pre-market. And frankly, like it even less in the summer. Yeah, crude is going to have micros next week. Yeah, crude will have micros next week. I think the whole market is going to go to micros. Yep, it'll work on Renko, volume, time frame, Unirenko. Yes, it'll work on any bar. I think the whole industry ultimately is going to have micros on everything. And the reason for that is it generates revenue for firms. I mean, you've got guys that, have smaller accounts. They want to trade, right? $2,000 account. Now you can trade micros. Margin requirements, Terrence, on micros or the minis? The micros are 10% of the mini. Yeah, 10%. So if if you're with NinjaTrader, I understand. I am not with NinjaTrader. I am grandfathered. I've had my Ninja license 10 years, give or take, and I understand that NinjaTrader is $500 or $600 margin, say for the Nasdaq. So it would be $60 per contract in the micros. If anybody is trading the micros and can corroborate that, please let me know. And do I have, let me ask you this, of all my trials, do I have guys in here that are trading the micros? Is there anybody that's trading the micros? Okay, ES, MES, so I've got a few. So what I will do, hey Floyd, good morning. I will set up for tomorrow, I will set up a chart for the micros and show it to you on micros as well. Yeah, micros. Okay, so micros at AMP on the MES are $40 and MNQ is 50. I mean, you can't beat that. That's why I say I think this whole industry, everything will have micros. I mean, they can think about all the accounts that these firms, listen, they're not doing it for your benefit, they're doing it for theirs. Everybody in the world could open up a $2,000 account and trade micros. We're a little slow. It's Monday. Bots are already, most of them are, YM is in longs, ES is in longs currently. Crude is wanting to fire a long. The 3-minute is well into longs. The Unorenco is attempting a long. Bonds are in shorts. Not getting any trades there. Silver would have to roll over and then pop back up because the time frames that it trades with are in longs. Though that may change. Gold is sideways today. For what it's worth, we are in this room, we are currently trading December gold. Some of you may still be in August. We are trading December gold. If anybody has questions, please feel free to ask. A lot of this will make a lot more sense by Wednesday. Yeah, Dale. So there's really the only indicators that I am not an indicator guy. I don't use many indicators. What you see on my screen charts, which I'm using in conjunction with this on other screens. So for instance, this is the NASDAQ. Good morning, James. I'm watching NASDAQ on order flow on other screens. And what you're seeing here on this screen is this is daily VWAP, right? That's our daily VWAP. And these red, green, and white lines top and bottom are 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations. And then this moving average here blue to pink. That moving average is a 34. And then these are just small time frame moving averages here. That's it. That's it. These moving averages are no correlation to the robot. Robert, how do you determine the various time frames? Yeah, so that's a good question, and I'll show that. So we have built for the robot a back testing capabilities. So, and this is the older version, and there's a newer version. I still have yet, for you guys that have it, I still have not uploaded the new version. So this would be where we start. This was built by my programmer. This is not a Ninja, analyzer, but we can actually optimize the robot, and that's what it was built to do. And that's where we start. And I'll show that to you guys later in the week. Some small sellers in here, guys. NASDAQ support is around 74. Might not make it much past 79. We could drop down to 950. We have broken out on the daily, so I would expect that we're going to see the highs in the next few days. Again, or pretty close to it. Again, bonds are in shorts. We have almost no movement here. I didn't come into the room on Friday due to my surgery, but on Thursday I left you guys with targets on gold. Anybody that hung on to gold, you got all of your targets. Those targets were all hit. Dollar index is kind of chopping around up and down, though. Looks like trying to find a bid. Fed's Kaplan is speaking. The economy will be weaker if unemployment is not extended. Guys, give me 1 second. Folks that have joined late, I've already gone over, for the most part, the room and the robot. There have been no robot trades as of yet. Those that I have on have not fired a trade. In any event, this session and every session this week has been recorded and is recorded, and I will send out a daily email to you guys in the well, hang on, guys. So we have a short. So we have a short try on the bot on the 377 and the 3 minute. I missed it. Son of a gun. I missed it. In any event, I use benchmark email, and all of you guys that have signed up for the trial are now in my benchmark email, and I will be sending you an email every day. First target's already been hit, and I missed this damn trade. I didn't have. So here's the 377 tick. this would have been our first trade. 86, first target's already hit at 17 ticks. I'll come back to that question in a second, Vi. But this is this would have already hit first target. So one of our trials is asking how you should trade as a trial member. Will we enter positions as soon as your bot enters a particular position? That is your prerogative. I also, as I was going to say, I offer order flow trades as well. When the bots are quiet, as they've been for much of the morning, I offer order flow trades as well. And if you elect to take them, that is your prerogative. So you'll see the stops, the targets, etc., on the bot trades. And of course, with the order flow trades, I'll give them. Anybody take this 377? Good for you guys. You know, again, we have a very large Renzo. I wouldn't expect you as a trial. Very large. So we've got, look, what a neat. Hate when I miss trades. First target hit on the bot, and second target hit at 33 ticks. So if you were trading, depending on, hey, good morning, Mohammed. Depending on how you're trading, you would have 33 ticks on your runner and 17 ticks on your first one or two. And now third target is identified by the bot down at 58 ticks. And I think it'll get that. It's all sellers, guys, in gold. Yeah. Again, we have so many trials this week, fellas, and I'm trying to give them all an over. Nice. $600, Salem. Nice job. Nice job. Great trade. Well, explain to me what you mean by AI, artificial intelligence. It depends on what you mean by that. Yes, it does, Renzo. Yes. It triggers on its own when parameters are met. Yes. It will auto execute, auto trail. And as I said earlier, you may not have been in, it will identify stops and targets based on current market volatility. They're not generic stops and targets. Now, ordinarily, we would expect the first target to get hit and generally the second. That third target out is an extreme bonus. Oftentimes we get it, but that's an extreme bonus. If gold, again, December contract, that's the trail. That's the trail. On the robot, Dale? Yeah, those are the trail dots. They're also predicated on market volatility and a multiple of average true range. Now we can change those. So for instance, trading on August 3rd is not the same as trading on March 3rd, right? We know it's summer months. We know we have lower volume, consequently lesser volatility, right? Historically. So we have the ability to adjust ATR and a few other things, which we've done. I've gone to a smaller period ATR. And, you know, for those of you that may own robots or have looked at them before, many of them can be very confusing as to how do you set them up and what do you do with them. So this is my website. And in the website, we have a member area. And in this member area, I have our manual, talk about back testing, and then a number of educational videos. But I also have the charts and the settings that I'm currently using. And I update those as needed. So for those of you that might be interested at the end of the week. In owning the robot, it's as simple as downloading the robot, logging into the member area, and setting up the chart or the robot as per the member area. There are robots out there that leave it to you to figure it out. What good is that? If gold breaks below about that 82, it slightly broke 82. Gold could work down to 76.4. Gold should bounce back up to probably 86.6 from here. It's all sellers in gold today, guys. Almost 1,800 net sellers. NASDAQ just looks like it's going to grind higher. Again, the bigger time frames, the 3 minutes, going to be tough to find trades. ES, if it breaks out above 86.5, which is 4 or 5 ticks from here, you guys can see on this ES here. You see how we're rolling up? We're going much higher, fellas. Much higher. We're going to get to 93 anyways. What size are your monitors, Gary? Yeah, those are 27-inch. Those are nice monitors. Let me take a look here real quick, guys, at the dollar index. And we're currently bid in the dollar index, 93,845, but good Lord, we're down to 350. It's a nice bid since 5 o'clock this morning, 5:15 this morning on the dollar index. There goes the ES. ES looks like it's breaking out. With the robot is actually offering it for individual instruments. So for instance, the bot is $24.97, and I usually offer to trials a discount at the end of the week. And at that point, it's valid for, again, you could trade it on 100 instruments simultaneously, right? But some of the people in the past have said to me, well, I don't really trade silver, so I don't care about it, or I don't trade bonds. I mean, it's, the only thing I trade is NASDAQ. I only trade the YM. I would encourage people to trade across asset classes, but be that as it may, one of the things that we're considering is breaking it down and offering it per instrument. So instead of the discount, say to $21.97, which is what you guys, if you're interested at the end of the week, would pay, $21.97, maybe offer it for $9.97 for one instrument, $15.97 for two, kind of thing. We have not implemented that, but it can be done. Bill, I live in Tennessee. All right, fellas. So we have a long trade that just fired on crude. This is on a Unirenko. This will generally be a very slow trade because it's a big Unirenko. This will be a very slow trade. This trade could be on half the day. Guys, I'm going to take my breakfast break. I will leave this on the screen. You'll notice that these are Notre Dame colors. So if anybody has an issue with Notre Dame, I would suggest that you not share it with me. But I'll leave this crude trade up on the screen while I go get coffee and take a quick break, okay? You guys should be able to see that. Oh, that would have been awesome, Bill. Yeah, I mean, I've been here for 5 years, or 4 years now, I guess, 4.5 years. My wife is from here. That's how I ended up here. I married a Southern girl. And she is, as they would say here, she is as Southern as cornbread. I am not from the South. This is actually moving faster than I thought it might. So it's 10 ticks, guys, about 10 ticks to first target. We're about 4, 5, 6 ticks, I guess, to first target here. We have buyers. They've gone green delta. Pushing 43. It should get to 51 to 53 anyways. It should get that first target at 18 ticks, guys. Now, again, just because the robot is automated doesn't mean that you ever lose control of the trade. You guys can close this trade manually if you'd like. There it is. Oh, hit first target, did not fill. Hit it to the tick, did not fill it.
Target filled.
Okay, so first target is filled. We're out 2 at 18 ticks. The bot has gone break even plus 1. Gold is in desperate need of a pullback, Jay. If gold is going higher, gold either has to blow through 2020. Silver's got to get through 26 area. But gold, if it breaks down, below 1970, pulls back maybe into 47. So it's self-explanatory here, guys, right? First target's been hit. Bot identified first target, 18 ticks. It's been hit. And we've gone break even plus 1. Yeah, so okay, Renzo. So Renzo's asking what's the difference between the bot and an ATM. You have to set an ATM strategy of some sort, right? So for instance, if you only traded one contract, right, your ATM strategy would be whatever you normally use. So let's say 15, whatever ATM strategy you're using is generic. It's not based on anything, right? 15 tick target, 15 tick stop. It's just generic, not based on anything. The bot overrides your ATM and will correctly place stops and targets based on current market volatility. So you have to tell the bot what you want it to do. Meaning if you're trading, let's say 2 contracts, you have to tell the bot, Are you taking both contracts off at one target? Are you taking one and one, etc.? So once you build a generic ATM, so let's say 2 contracts, target 1 at 10 ticks, target 2 at 15 ticks. Same stop, 15 ticks for both. That's just generic, made up numbers, right? They're not based on anything. So the bot will override that and then would place your target 1 at 18 ticks, in this case, target 2 at 36 ticks. They're not generic. It's based on a multiple of average true range. So we're using current market volatility, and they can differ from trade to trade, right? So you see here, first target was 19 ticks. So the market shrunk a little bit. Here it's 18 and 35 and 62. A little bit different here. And they'll change. Middle of the day, they'll be different than they are at 9:30. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back. All right, guys, I'm back. NASDAQ sold. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. YMES, nowhere near anything. Guys, let me take a quick look at the bot will not auto adjust, Renzo, once the trade is entered. That it can't do. But from trade to trade it does, as the volatility increases or decreases. So quickly taking a look at the markets before we go, guys. The VIX futures is up 2%. VIX cash is down 0.75%. Dow futures up 129. S&P futures up 18 and change, and the NASDAQ is up 82. 82. So again, I don't have my robots on yet, fellas, but I just missed a nice short here, which is fine. Gold is starting to bid. Anybody in my room want to tell me where gold is headed back to? That's right. It's going back to VWAP. Just got to get out of this little bit of a mess. Probably above 85.7. Good morning, Donna. YM's turning lower. ES is pulling back a bit on the open. NASDAQ's into a support area in here. There's my 74. This could work now down. It's gonna probably to 66. NASDAQ has support about 70, somewhere in that area, 66. It should bounce 70, 71. Coming into the open. Still got about 5.5 minutes, guys. Any questions? Current opening imbalance is 180 million to buy. I don't think we made 71, guys. We did not. Yeah, we did. 71.50 we bounced, 5 handles. Yeah, so and forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Is it Katie or Kadi? Anyone that purchases the bot gets 3 months in the room. That's with the bot. And all right, so gold just fired along, guys, here on the robot. And after 3 months, if you want to stay, it's $199 a month. Time right now is 9:26, Renzo. I am Eastern Standard. Red horizontal lines on this here. Yeah, that's your stop now. Yeah. Surgery was awesome. Thank you, Jeff. I can see. All right, guys, I'm going to start turning some of my bots on here. This 3 minutes got to push up through 85.9, 86, call it. Little bit of resistance at 86.4. I can see it. Through 86.4, this thing should go. About 2.5 minutes here, guys. Crude is still having a hard time breaking 60. If crude doesn't break 60, it could fail. Gold's got small sellers back in. All right, guys. Small time frame in gold is waffling around. The 3 minute still in shorts has not gone long. "90 seconds. I'm going to move crude off the screen. Final target is 66, but it can't get through 60 yet. Stop is at break even in 1. So I'm going to move that. Can't lose money. Pay attention on the open, guys. Here we go. Watch for a break above 04, maybe 04 half on the NASDAQ. We could get a pullback on the NASDAQ, maybe into 81 now. Nope, not going to get a pullback. All right, fellas. Here we go. We're off. We're off. I can't get my Russell turned on. There goes gold. Come on, buddy. Oh, you rat dog. Should get first target, guys. 14 ticks. Should get it. Come on. NASDAQ's pulling back. I'm trying to get my euro. I can't get my euro turned on because of the volume. And I can't get my 15 range is on. Everything else is on, guys. Bots are all on. And there came a few ticks from target. Should have got there within 4 ticks. So I'm starting out with my small time frame stuff on the 15 range. 5 and 10 range, guys. It's going to take a long. Come on, move. Target's filled already. Target's filled on the 15 range. Gold got first target. It's gone break even +1. First target off on gold already. Now I've got gold set for 1, 1, and 1. Okay, so 29 and 50 ticks. This takes me out because it's break even +1. And it did. First target only. Small trade. Okay. This is the NASDAQ on a 15 range, fellas. Very small time frame. Tick range is currently 150, 150 ticks. It's not horrific. It's steep. We broke out above 04. NASDAQ's gone. I gave you guys the number. Above 04. Right? Anybody long NASDAQ? That's an order flow trade. That is not a robot trade. Anybody take NASDAQ above 04? Okay, fellas. Good job. I do not trade the DAX anymore, Michael. I used to. Yeah, my 15 range is on, Jim. You can't see the border? Something filled somewhere. No idea where or what. I don't see a trade. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. Hang on, guys. Here's the NASDAQ on the 3-minute. Went long. Well, let me move this because that's not doing anything. So we're long on the 3-minute on the NASDAQ. First target is identified as 28.25. Come on, guy. The 15 range is pulling back. Again, on order flow, I see this trade at about 04, 04 half. The bot operates on different premise, right? All right, so the 15 range may roll. Come on, it's stuck. There it is. First target off. First target's off. It's got first target. Here's the 15 range right here. I would not be looking for shorts. All right, now it's chopping around, guys. This 15 range using these small time frames. There's first target. So we're getting a bunch of first targets. That's all we're getting. Well, probably the 1 and the 3-minute at this point. The volatility has picked up to 197 ticks. So it's really steep now in the NASDAQ. Using these settings is tough. So what I'll do is probably shut this small time frame chart down. We're just chopping. We're chopping the longs. Shorts I'm not interested in. We're longs. There's a target. Let me get this out of here. I'm not. You dog. Hang on, guys. What filled where? Why, something filled somewhere. Nothing. Nothing. If you guys are going to trade the 15 range, my suggestion is that you're going to trade it with the 1 and 3 minute. It'll keep you out of the chop. Look, what does that look like? All last week. Looks like all last week. My 15 range is frozen. Volatility is at 174 ticks. God darn it. Come on, you. There we go.
Order filled.
All right, guys. I'm going to shut that 15 range off for the time being. It's up $225. I'll show totals at the end. Gold is rolling down again. NASDAQ is straight. On the small time frame, forget. You cannot trade that. Muy impossible. ES holding some support at 77.50. This is longs, guys. I don't have it in shorts. We could pull back to 98. Let it pull back. We've got the ES in a short on the Unirenco right here. No target. Almost.
Order filled.
Gold shorted. Here's gold. Now, again, you guys never give up control. You can always close a trade. If you want to close a trade, you just hit close. This ES is slower than dog do. YM is rolling over. This is why I do not trade the ES. Here goes NASDAQ. First target hit, did not fill. Gold almost the first target. And bounced. Missed first target by a tick, maybe two. NASDAQ hit first target, it did not fill. Seriously. Target filled. All right, gold got first target. So you got one off on gold. Here comes second target at 29 ticks. I'm last in line. Second target hit at 29 ticks on gold. Second target hit 29 ticks on gold. NASDAQ is going to fill that first. Come on, dog. There it is. There it is. First target filled on NASDAQ, 10 3/4 handles. It's break even plus 1. Gold's final target identified by the bot, 51 ticks. 51 ticks. I'm going to close that. I'm not a big ES trader. It's a waste of time. And here comes gold, 51 tick final target, fellas. 51 ticks. So I can manually move this if I want to, the trailing stop. It's locked in about, I don't know, 8 ticks or so. Second target's been hit. That third target at 51 ticks is a bonus. Should get down to 76.4. Again, that's December's contract. NASDAQ was a breakout, fellas, at 04. Anybody that paid attention on an order, I'm going to put that out at 50 points, 50 handles. If we get it, we get it. Anybody that paid attention to the order flow trade, your day is good. Crude is going to take out the runner here. Stop filled. Oh, damn it. Silver was off. I didn't turn my silver bot on. And silver hit all targets. Like a dope. Guys, it's the NASDAQ show. NASDAQ and gold. So, Michael, we're out on crude. So I get asked that question all the time. What size account? So here's the thing. How many contracts do you trade? So, first off, what brokerage are you with? Because different brokerages, like for instance, my brokerage, I'm not with Ninja. I'm still at $1,000 margin, say for the NASDAQ, right? Some of you guys are at 500. How many contracts are you trading? And then the next question is, how many instruments will you trade? Okay, so Dorman, I think you're probably at 1,000. How many contracts do you trade? And then the next question is going to be, how many instruments will you trade, potentially simultaneously? So would you be in 2 or 3 trades, or, as you can see, we've got 2 trades on here, right? So if you're trading 3 contracts, just to use this as an example. All right, fellas. So bear with me 1 second, Michael. So the robot just hit second target at 28 handles. Okay, Dorman is 500 through Ninja Trader. Yes, my brokerage is not 500. I'm 1,000. I'm not with Ninja. But we've hit second target. So the bot has done its job at second target, right? Anything better than that second target is a, muy bonus. I'm trying to get 50 handles out of this. Thank you, Jacques. You're done for the day. Hasta mañana. Up 2,400. Hasta mañana. So let's see here. You're very welcome. Start with one contract and one instrument. Realistically, if you're trading one contract, this is an opinion now. I would think 3,000. That's an opinion. Some guys might tell you 10. Somebody might say 1,000. You're welcome, Patrick. See you tomorrow. So guys, what I really like are when my members have made their money and they are DD Mowed for the day. Here comes gold, guys. 51 tick, final target. This would be a $950 trade if it gets that final target. It missed by a stinking tick. One tick. Tony, then you would have to trade micros, which you can do. So tomorrow I'll have this set up for you guys with smaller accounts. I'll have this set up and I'll show corresponding trades for micros and the minis simultaneously. Right now, I only have them set up to trade minis, but the micro settings are the same. They're the same. I don't know what off hours for the margins are because I rarely trade at night. I rarely trade at night. I used to, but then it just got to be way too much, guys. I mean, I was literally living in front of my screen. All right, we've slowed down to 112 tick range. Reasonable. Reasonable. Futures, well, they don't really trade 24 hours a day because the markets adjust from 5 to 6, but other than that, they do. So here's another 15 range trade. I just turned it back on. This is a small time frame now, guys, using small time frames. So first target filled. I've got the break even +1. I'm going to get hit on that break even +1 on this chart almost every time. I mean, that's just the reality of trading this 15 range, right? But it's so small. Gold looks like it's going to pop back up on me. Gold is in a buy zone, back up to 83.2. Oh yeah, absolutely will work on the European Open. Absolutely. I've got Australian members, Michael. See what I'm saying? Took me out at break even. If I'd have had it on trail, I'd have just gotten another 7.5 handles. We should pull back to 16. 16. We haven't had any trades on the Dow yet. I haven't had any Dow trades yet. And out on gold on the runner. Came one tick from that 51 tick target, guys. Now again, I'm not manually intervening, though I can. I have not manually intervened in any. Well, I closed that one ES trade, but I'm not. For instance, that gold trade. How many of you guys, if you were trading gold and you saw it up 50 ticks and start to fade, one tick from target wouldn't just close that third target, right? You're trying to get $10 and you give back. If you give back 2 ticks on the bounce, the risk to reward diminished. So here's a 15 range again with a long. If this gets these targets, I'll shut it off because it should be up nicely. And we're chopping again. NASDAQ's just futzing around. Small sellers in here. 3,700 net buyers on the session, guys, in the NASDAQ. I'm not really looking for shorts. Come on, push it. Go get first target. Let's go. Should get first target. No. Chopping. Let me take a look at this 15 range here. And we're chopping. It's got to get up through 40. YM is doing nothing, but it looks like it's trying to roll over. Same with the ES. ES looks like it's trying to roll over as well. You do not want to trade this NASDAQ, guys, this 15 range at this point. Look at it. You can't trade that. As I said, if this goes to target, I will shut it off here. This will be done. Come on. You can see the pop. There it is. Oh, couple ticks from target. Literally one tick. Should get it. Come on. Oh, hit to the tick again. There it is. Got target, fellas. Now I'm break even +1. I will shut this off. China, from Navarro, the Chinese Communist Party operates on Microsoft software. All right, guys, that's done for me for now. That 15 range is done. Okay? Done. It's only up $525, but it's done. Okay? We may revisit that 15 range later. It's done. It's done. It's made its money. The 15 range until we get out of this slop. Got no interest in. YM and ES are painfully ugly. So everybody clear. I have shut off the 15 range on the NASDAQ robot. Oh my God, it's midnight there. Renzo, see you tomorrow. Thank you for sticking around. Cheers. See you tomorrow. He is in Australia. Looks like we're going to get this taken out. Okay, Bill, see you tomorrow. Ciao. No, that's Bill. Bill is in Italy, Floyd. Guys, today we have some, I think, close to 70 trials. It's a big, okay, we're out on the NASDAQ, guys, on the runner. We got second target. I was milking it. Let's see here, fellas. What do we have? YM is trying to roll over. And arguably sloppy trade on the YM. Ciao a domani. I mean, if I, oh, 16, dang it. I don't think we're coming a whole lot lower, guys. 16 was the entry I like. Gold and silver wanting to turn up. All right, guys, we're breaking longs. I blew it at 16 on order flow. 16 was the entry. Tick range down to 111. I'm waiting to see buyers come back in for an order flow trade. I have nothing on the bots. And I missed another stinking euro trade. God darn it. I never turned it on when it was frozen. Dollars pulling back. Would have had another winner on that 15 range. Russell's not taking a trade yet. ES is a complete and utter waste of time. YM's not taking a trade. Crude pulled back to that original entry and is sitting, doing nothing. Gold, I think, is going to get hammered. Got a bull flag on the ES. $3,500 buyers still on the NASDAQ, guys. Let me just take a look at the markets real quick. Anybody have any questions, guys? I think we've... Dow futures currently up 124 and quiet 122. S&P up almost 18 handles and the NASDAQ up 139. Waiting on ISM, guys. Small news. ES finally starting to push higher. ES is a long, guys. If you're, an ES trader and you're patient with it, you have a target about 91, 92. I totally blew this at 16 on order flow. Above the 50 ISM beat. Highest reading since 2018 on ISM. I'm looking at Delta, Bill. I'm looking at order flow. All right, James. Did you have a good day? Again? Look at this. I blew this at 16. Jeez. Anybody take the ES? I gave you guys, nice job. I gave you guys the ES, guys, to 92. That's your target. 91, 92. It was at 82 when I gave it. Anybody took the ES? Nice job. Volume is spiking a bit. Nice job, Terrence. I think you'll get 91. Call it 90 half for a first target. Not a bad trade. 9 handles, 8, 9 handles. Now they're rotating into the ES. Gold is getting blasted. Look at this NASDAQ. Oh my God. Hate when I miss trades, fellas. Because YM and ES have some catching up to do. Dollar index shrinking again. Bonds getting hit. Silver. I like silver shorts if silver can turn up and roll back down. I like silver shorts. Not probable we get a gold long today on the 3-minute. Could, I guess, but okay, Duncan. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow. One of the things that you guys should see with, or at least recognize with the robot and trading with a robot, it alleviates the stress of trading. Where do the bottom 2 rows of the bot screen represent? Okay, sure, Bill. So the top row here is the candle delta, and the bottom row is the daily delta. So on the YM currently, you've got 50, 51, 52, 75, whatever net buyers in this particular 3-minute candle. And then on the session, you've got about 700 and whatever it is buyers. We're getting a pullback here in the NASDAQ, small, infinitesimal sellers. Here's that crude trade, unfortunately, right? Pulled back to break even +1 and has now hit second target. So one of the decisions as individuals you guys have to make is, do I use the break even button or do I just allow it to trail? When you use the break even button, which I think most of the traders opt for, the downside is probably 75% of those trades get taken out. They'll hit first target and then get taken out at break even +1. The trail will give you a much better trade. Gold is a long, for those of you guys interested, up to about 93.8. I'm sorry, 83.8. Still getting used to not using reading glasses. Guess we're headed to 11.1, right? It's built into the robot, and we pirated it from NinjaTrader 8. So we took it off their order flow. Something about Tuesday at the earliest. I didn't hear what the news was. For those of you guys that are interested, the 377 tick on gold just went long. I am not running gold any longer. I did not get LASIK, Bill. LASIK. I had a cataract in my left eye, which literally rendered me blind in my left eye. Over the last couple of months, it had become exacerbated, and I had cataract surgery on Friday. It's what happens when you get old, fellas. Those of you guys that aren't old enough yet, you will be. but I no longer have to use reading glasses, which is awesome. Yeah. And I'll be older yet on Friday. I cannot believe I missed this NASDAQ trade, fellas, at 16. I should have been long at 16. So the bots identified this YM target, guys, at 40 ticks. That's first target. Gold is almost to first target again. If anybody took it, I have the bots off. There's would have been another first target on gold if anybody took it. Any of my members. Again, I have them off, guys. My 15 range is off. Look at this crude trade. Oh my goodness, guys, they're blowing it up. Look at this crude trade on the bot. Again, break even, you're going to get taken out most of the time. So it got second target at 36, almost to third target at 62 ticks. I mean, that's massive. That's a huge crude trade, fellas. The robot is priced at $24.97, and then for you trials, I offer a discount between here and Friday at 5 p.m. To $21.97. You own it for life. There's no annual licensing fee. There's none of that. You own it. $24.97. It's $21.97. It's yours. So just to give you guys an idea, the best week we've had with the robots trading across these multiple time frames is a little over 20,000. Trading 3 contracts. Now these are minis, not micros. And the best single day we've ever had is a little over, I think it was 11,300. And again, one of the things that I routinely do, fellas, is, I've determined when I've made, money, right? I shut them off. But here is case in point. Here's another trade, long, another 14 ticks and almost 29 ticks. The bot's off. I've shut it off. It's done. It is done. It's going to VWAP, guys. VWAP is currently at 88.7 or so. I don't have any stats on micros, Tony. And I'm asked, give me a P&L for, I'll get emails and guys will say, what's the P&L on the bot, right? It's kind of a generic question. So, specifically give me a P&L on what and what time frame, meaning, are you looking for a P&L on the NASDAQ or corn? And what time frame? The 3-minute robot? So one of the things, again, anybody that decides to become a member or an owner of the robot, you'll get 3 months in the room, right? One of the things we have to determine is, this is a generic trial, right? I don't know anything about you guys. I mean, I don't know if you trade 1 contract or 100. I don't know if you trade minis, micros, etc. So one of the things that, we need to identify is, what do you want to trade? What do you primarily trade? What is your daily goal? So my daily goal is, and I've missed trades today. I missed the first gold trade. That'd be up well over 1,000. I've missed 2 euro trades because I didn't at the open, my bot, it was frozen because of volume. I couldn't turn the chart on. And that's gone to all 3 targets. So here, I'll show you. I mean, the euro on this 3-minute, here, let me move this over so you guys can see it. This is where I've screwed up. So here's the euro, right? This is the euro. I missed this trade here at 851, all 3 targets. And then this long here at 951, I couldn't get it on at the open, and I kind of went, did my own thing, all 3 targets again. So if you're a euro trader, now this little choppy area in here, I don't trade this time frame. I'm not trading this. 7 o'clock in the morning, who's open? I mean, Europe's open, but I don't trade this garbage, right? But some of you guys live in, Australia or the UK or Europe somewhere, right? So at 4 o'clock this morning, you get a small losing, you get it right here at 318, you get a small winning trade. Then you get a small losing trade. Then you get this very nice winning trade for all 3 targets. And then at 5:12 in the morning, you get this huge short. If you're having a hard time seeing the number, Rick, I suggest you get LASIK surgery. I highly recommend it. Hang on. Looks like your entry is right here at 5:45. Yes, it is, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we can do. So while I can't, today I can't show the trades on the micros, right? Because I don't have the chart set up, right? I can't show the trades, but the micros we can figure out. At the end of the day, check your 6E chart because you should. I think, Patrick, you should check the member area and see the filters. Mine's exactly right. I am using the 1 minute with it. Check the filters in the member area. If you're only using 2, you've got the wrong filters. So I can figure it out for you guys what it would have been on micros. Now, the only micro that does not trade really well is MGC. MGC gold is really thin. Here's what I'm not digging about this YM. Just looking at it on the 3 minute. I'm not digging this look. The YM is just. You do not, Terrence. Yeah, so trial members don't have access to the member area. All right, so one of my guys has been experimenting with 10 contracts on the micros, which would be equivalent to 1 full contract, right? Floyd, can you give me some numbers? So he's been taking 4 off at target 1, 3 off at target 2, and 2 off at target 3. Can you give me some numbers, Floyd, with the micros? On average? Still experimenting, okay? And gold, again, fellas, about 5 ticks shy of 51 ticks here, but it looks like it's going to get it. Oh, and where's gold? Almost back to VWAP. It's going to get that second target. but it seems promising. Yeah. Okay. Gold is zipping around pretty good today. NASDAQ was pretty good this morning. I don't think we have any shot of shorts in here. And if silver rolls over, it'll be, I think, a good trade. Gold may hit VWAP again and ping off VWAP. But this is, this YM is, they're buying the YM, guys. I think it's just a function of time. But for those of you guys that trade YM, it is very slow. It's just not my cup of tea. That or the ES. What else do we have here? Nothing. Crude, maybe roll over. I doubt. Even the 15 range has gone really quiet again, fellas. Let me take a look at the YM on another chart just to see what it looks like here, guys. Yeah, we're going to retrace. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here, guys, on small selling. And we're getting a small pullback here, guys. On order flow, NASDAQ's losing buyers. Small. NASDAQ's got a shot of rolling over, guys. Okay, Robert, have a blessed day. Bots are quiet, guys. You can hear it. Or rather, you can't hear it. Nothing going on. Florida test sites were closed before the weekend storm. John, do you go through the website? I will be sending you guys out an email today offering y'all a discount, those of you that are on trial. And if anybody is interested, email me back. The website is the full price, and I can't adjust it on the website every week for trials. But I'll send out a discounted invoice for those that are interested. So the YM is starting to bid back up. NASDAQ should get back to 43 anyways. It's chugging around. If anybody is interested, please send me an email. You guys all should have my email address, and I will gladly send you out a discounted invoice. NASDAQ's just doing nothing, guys. We're sideways now at best. It's 1036. Let's take a look at volume. We're 14% below our 3-month average daily volume, guys. We're missing 14% of our 3-month average daily volume. You can see it on the chart here. We're sloppy. We're sloppy. Sloppy, 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 sloppy.
Order filled.
I think we come down into VWAP before the close. You know, once we start working on Europe, I think we get a move down into here. We'll see.
Order filled.
YM starting to move back up a little bit. Euro's rolling over. Bonds, poopish. Yeah, there is, Gary. When you set your ATM, set your third target at 0. Make sense? So when you do your ATM, order filled where? Ah, Russell. We got to trade on the Russell here, fellas. I'll show you. I'll show you. Just give me a minute here, Gary. Look at this slop. Just. It's on your ATM. So if you're trading 3 contracts, you're doing 1, 1, and 1, right? You have a generic stop for all 3, and then you have generic targets for target 1, 2, and 3, right? Which the bot then overrides and will place at targets 1, 2, and 3, correct? So for instance, target 1, 10 ticks, target 2, 20 ticks, target 3, 30 ticks. Bot overrides that, right? Okay. So what you want to do is target 1 with a target, fixed target, target 2 with a fixed target, and target 3 you want to do with an open target, meaning 0. So in theory, then it will auto trail for perpetuity until the trailing stop gets hit. Make sense? All right, we got the VWAP on gold. Watch gold, it could roll over. Guys, this has just gone really, really slow. Euro wants to roll over as well. Here's the euro. I've missed 2 beautiful trades on the euro, but the euro is setting up to roll. Looks like they're buying the YM. The Russell is in park. And this ES is just a dog today, flat dog. Dale, I don't teach order flow per se. I mean, I will teach a little bit of it, throughout the day in the trade room and explain. So when I'm showing order flow, I will explain order flow. Right. So, frequently I'll bring over my order flow and I'll show it. This is mine, by the way, guys. This is not a third party indicator. And I'll teach a little bit of order flow, but I typically do not. If you're looking for one-on-one order flow education, meaning you want to learn to trade order flow, I only do that. I have 3 programs. I have the standard bot program, if you will, which is the bot plus 3 months in the room, and there's the ES on the Unorenco. The bot plus 3 months in the room, and then I have the an annual membership, which just gives you a discounted rate for the year plus the bot, and then I have a mentorship, which is a 2-year membership. But at this point, I have no openings in. I just don't have the room. So here's the ES, 1 tick from first target. Russell got first targets, gone break even plus 1. The ES on the Unorenco came within a tick or 2 of first target. And the ES on this 8 range, different settings, missed first target by a tick. I mean, the ES has just been an abomination today. It's just slow. Slower than slower than slower than slow. I'm not sure what that means, Rick. We should get these targets, guys, on the ES. This is, we're getting pulled back a little bit early. There's first target on both the Unirenko ES and on the 8 range. Different settings, different charts. And the Russell trying to get that second target. Come on, dog. You could move that out manually if you wanted to. It hit second target, did not fill. Unirenko, not 4 range, Unirenko. This is an 8 range over here. This is the ES on an 8 range chart, so it's got different settings. And it's got first target, 6 ticks, big deal. I mean, it's profitable, but big deal. This is why I don't trade this thing. It's just. And then, of course, this is the ES on the Unirenko, which is a different chart or different. I didn't have the trail or the break even on. So if this can get second target, it's a decent little trade. You'll have 3 handles here and 1.5 here. But it's break even +1. ES really should break down to 82 quarter. Wasim, here's the settings, 428. You're welcome. Out on the YM. Russell got both targets filled on the Russell. Out and out. Both targets filled on the ES. Out and out on the 8 range. And now we're waiting on the Unirenko here. 4.25 handles. So it got my 82 quarter. It's going to have to break here to get that final target. Euro's trying to roll, but it's flat. I would definitely advise to bump up. There you go. That's done. Up 350 for the day. Let's kill that. Done. Again, I'll go over all our totals, guys, at the end at 11:30 or so. I would say that you need a little faster internet speed. So usually, I'll move this, guys, unless it fires a trade. Again, if you guys have made your day, you may want to consider shutting off your robots, right? Shut them off. You made your days. There should be nobody in the room, at least of my guys, irrespective of trials, that has not made money. The only thing that has lost money today is now that YM. It didn't go to target. Everything else is green, guys. Did I tell you we were coming back to VWAP? Anybody remember that? We were up in here. Anybody remember I said we're coming back to VWAP? We always do, fellas. At some point in the session, we get back to VWAP. I would be really surprised if we come down a whole lot lower. All right, Euro shorted. Bonds are actually starting to make a move higher. I've missed 2 terrific Euro trades. We're just sitting, guys. Time of day now. Bonds are trying to turn up. Nice job, Martin. You're up 505 on RTY and 460 on NASDAQ. Nice. Past bedtime. Where are you, Michael? Are you in Australia as well? Yeah. Have a nice evening. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for staying up late for us. Hope you enjoyed your first day. We'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions or anything, just email me. I will, of course, be sending out a follow-up email to you guys. Ah. Gold looks to me throughout the day like it can work back to 92, 5, 6, 7 area, guys. This is this is just sitting. Anybody have any questions, guys? Anything at all? Now we got a short on the YM. YM should work back down to VWAP also. Euro now wants to go long. Again, I missed my trades today on the Euro. Here and here. We'll let it flip long. Yes, it does. It's in the member area, Martin. Surely is. Guys, give me 1 minute. I'm just going to go get coffee. All right, fellas, I'm back. If your email's different, give Cotty, let's see here, guys. Okay, Martin, Cotty. Yeah, so yes, it does, Johan. You're seeing it. Stops and targets. Again, guys, it's it's slow. We're kind of past the point of where I'd want to be trading, given summer months. Generally about 11, maybe to 11:30. We start shutting these bots off. Crude was the best trade of the day, guys. This chart here, if you're a crude trader, this is a Unirenko. Does not take a ton of trades. Okay? Does not take a ton of trades. But this chart here is just gold. I mean, look at this short here. 19, 38, and 66 ticks. Here's a long 19 and 39 ticks. Here's a short, it only gets 24 ticks. No, it's not. Here's a long, doesn't get to target. I don't know what 1351 is. That's got to be somewhere near the close on Friday because this line is the open. This is a short from last evening, right after the right after the Globex open. Overnight, it gets 18 and 35. And then this is the trade today. It gets 18, 36, and 62. So again, trader preference, you can use the break even button or the auto trail. Now, I use the break even +1, and most of those, and you can see where it came back and took me out. Most of these trades will come back to the entry. Not always, but the highest probability is it's going to come back and take you out. If you use the trail, well, what was about a $370 trade would have been 360, 460, 560, 660, 720, $1,340 trade. That's the difference in the trail and the break even. So the break even button was put in because a lot of members asked for the break even button. And we put it in. But again, that there is no education on that per se, if you will. Here's this euro trying, right? It's bonds went long. Bonds went long. So there's first target on the euro. First target's off. Is M6E the micro of the 6E? Yes. That's it. So couple other things, guys, that might be of some interest to you. Anybody here on trial, or even, I know my members, right? Anybody on trial trade Forex? Does anybody trade Forex? I'm not talking about, euro futures or pound futures, Forex. Okay, so there's a couple of things that are interesting. One, if you have the Ninja platform, you can open up an account with FXCM or Oanda. If you live in the States, Oanda or FXCM. Both of those platforms will allow you guys to tie that data into your Ninja platform and actually trade Forex using this robot. Tomorrow I've got an account I've opened up with Oanda, and tomorrow I've got one of the guys. It's a holiday in Canada. My rep lives in Canada. The rep from Canada is going to connect my data, so I'll be able to show you guys Forex trades tomorrow. Well, Wednesday. We're doing it tomorrow. So Wednesday I'll be able to show Forex trades. Okay. I move that to break even. Does anybody here have an account? Anybody have an account at TD Ameritrade? Does anybody have a TD Ameritrade account? If you have a TD Ameritrade account, you can actually tie your TD Ameritrade data, Thinkorswim platform, into your Ninja 8 platform, and you can actually trade stocks with this robot. Now, for those of you guys that have different platforms, maybe you don't have Ninja. I presumptively everybody here has the Ninja platform, and I presume that because I know where all of you guys, are here on a Ninja platform. But the robot is also built for Sierra charts. It is also built for, I don't know what's going on. I don't hear any news. It is also built for the MT5 platform. So some of you that may live outside of the US, it's built for the MT5 platform. I know that AMP supports the MT5 platform, but for futures only. It does not support it for Forex. And I am in the process of building the robot for MT4. Additionally, for those of you guys that may trade Bitcoin, alternate coins, yes, it will be recorded, Johan. For those of you guys that trade Bitcoin and alternate coins, right? I'm having the bot programmed for the Binance platform. Look at this gold go, fellas. Here comes 92.7. We didn't even get out of the day. Gold is rising. Bonds are trying to bid. Europe closes in 28 minutes. We could get a pullback here. Bonds are just waffling here, guys. Gold is headed to 92.7. Gold could trade all the way back up to 96.5. This YM has just been ugly today. Bonds are parked. Russell is attempting to turn back up. Gold has had a nice day. NASDAQ's had a decent day. I just want to see something on this, guys. Yep. It's the NASDAQ show, fellas. Straight and simple. Let me go to a 15-minute. Oh, yeah, I blew it. On a 15-minute. We could have been long about 18, 19. This is going to take it out. It's 2 trades on the YM today, 2 losing trades. I had already turned this off, unfortunately, on my Unirenko on the YM. Got both targets here. The bot, yes, Derek, the bot sets the targets and stop loss. Now I've got the trail on here, but the bot sets, it's based on current market volatility. I personally find the YM and the ES to be almost useless. Crude over 41 bucks. Yes, absolutely, Vi. Absolutely. It trades best between 9:30 and 11. Yeah. Especially in the summer. I mean, we already know we're missing volume. And we're getting this, sluggish volume. We're not getting much volatility anymore. Now, again, I could close these trades when I see them going against me. I'll leave it on. It is what it is. And then we'll have a net total at the end. We have been averaging, and I don't know where we are today. I haven't added it. We have been averaging, last week, we averaged about 2,800 a day. That was last week. And I don't know. We'll add them up at the end. I don't know where we're at today. I said 2,800 a day. I'll show you last week's numbers. Hang on. These were our totals from last week. This is what I send out every day, and I'll be sending this out to you guys today. It'll look like this. So through Thursday last week, these were our totals. Through Thursday, the bot did $15,675 through Thursday. Again, I wasn't here Friday, so I don't know what they did. I didn't run them, didn't have my machine on, nothing. These are the different settings. So this would be Thursday's trade only and then weekly. So for the day, NASDAQ was up $319 on the 3-minute. Okay? It did 1355 through Thursday. We have another 3-minute chart which did not fire a trade today. It's a higher probability. It takes very few trades. No trades on Thursday, did 805 for the week. The 15 range, which, I love, but, it can, give you an aggravation, did 1425 on Thursday, was up 2415 for the week through Thursday. The ES on the Unirenko lost 437.50 on Thursday and was down 275 for the week. I don't know what it did on Friday. ES on the 8 range was up 187.50 on the day, was up 375 for the week. Gold on the 3-minute did 910 on the day, was up 27.90. Gold on the 377 tick did 320 on Thursday, was up $2,310 for the week. Crude on the 3-minute, which I didn't even run today, it didn't take a trade, was down $70 for the week. Crude on the Unirenco was up 840 for the week, didn't take any trades on Thursday. Russell on the 15 range down 175 in the day, plus 1225. I mean 125 for the week. Silver was up 1350 on the day. Through Thursday was up 3,500. Now a lot of you guys won't trade silver, right? ZB was up 500 for the week. YM on the 3-minute was up 300 for the week. YM on the Unirenco is a much better performer, was up 810 for the week. And the Euro was up 687.50 for the week, but it lost 1443 on Thursday. So for the day, it was up 25, 26, 25 combined, 15,000 for the week. Now the YM flipped into a long. YM's just beating its brains in. I think it'll probably get this long. How much was the surgery? 6,500. Worth every penny. Lauren will add these totals up. This is our totals. The ES on the Unirenco was up 350. The crude on the Unirenco was up 370. Gold on the 377 tick up 740. NASDAQ on the 3-minute up 225. That was a 2-contract trade. It was set to my live account. NQ on the 15 range is up 525. Russell on the 15 range is up 315. And then ES on the 8 range up 300. Euro down to 1250 today. Down to 1250. And the pain in the neck YM was down 1245. So we're up 1367.50 today with this bond trade still pending. 1367.50. So that changes depending on what the bonds do. Okay. Well, one, you'll get a feel for using the bot buy, right? How we use it, get used to when we turn them on, turn them off, what to look for, etc. Thank you, Wasim. And two, my order flow trades will pay for the bot as well. I mean, if you got, again, for those of you that are on trial, I don't expect anybody to come in here on a trial and take trades, from somebody you don't know, right? I'm sure most of you have been members in other rooms and or trialed in other rooms. Manage the entry and exit as per the setting. Yes, it manages it. Yes, start to finish, Yannick. Start to finish. Thank you, Wasim. But if you guys, just even on the NASDAQ alone, if you'd have taken that 04 entry, I mean, there's 50 handles in that trade or better, almost 60. Gold. I gave you guys the long on gold for anybody that had the gumption back in here and told you it was going to VWAP. It's a monster trade. The gold trade alone was better than 10 handles or 6, 7 handles. It's another huge trade. So the order flow trades, is ultimately will pay for the room and ultimately pay for the bot. I mean, I've got members that have paid for the bot in their first week in the room just on order flow trades alone. So that's why I offer 3 months. I want you guys to come in the room. I want you guys to, make money over and above the robot. I want you guys to be able to be, very profitable. And then at the end of 3 months, it's your option. If you want to stay, it's $199 a month. It's cheap. I think I'm worth $199. One thing you guys will notice, even, with the YM today kind of performing like doo-doo, I don't get overly excited. I don't, if it loses money or makes money, I trade the same way. I don't berate anybody. I do try to have fun. I mean, I do goof around when things are slow a little bit, but I think that you guys will find it's a very good place to trade. If anybody wants to see, testimonials, I have them by the dozens on my old site with actual my picture with the members that have come to my home office and sat with me. I think some of those were included in the email. Those are real people, guys. They're not, Joe S. from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Who the hell is Joe S? I used to put my members' email and telephone numbers on the site. People could call them. So if you purchase the robot, if you purchase the robot, you get 3 months in this room at no charge. Comes with the robot. At the end of 3 months, if you elect to stay in the room, it's $199 a month. If not, you have the robot, you own the robot, you can trade the robot. It's yours for life. You'll always be invited to education when I do it on Saturdays. And, you'll always get the educational videos. You'll always be a member in group Skype. What's the average on a losing day? So here's the thing with the robots, guys, and you'll find this interesting. This is why I suggest that you trade across different asset bases. Some guys will say, well, I only trade the ES. I'm just an ES guy. And for my women traders that are here on trial, I don't mean to be gender specific. I have a number of women as members in my room. But traders will say, I only trade the ES. I'm only a crude trader. I won't trade this. I don't do that, blah, blah, blah. If you trade across different assets, indices, gold, crude, etc., it is rare that we have overall losing days. Does it happen? Yeah, of course it does. But it is rare. So for instance, gold, could get tore up. Gold could lose $1,000, $1,200, whatever. But the Nasdaq's up 1,800. And the ES is up 500. So the net is generally a profitable day. It is rare that we have a net overall losing day. It does happen. 2 weeks ago, not last week, 2 weeks ago, we had 2 net losing days for the week. They weren't much, but they were still net losing days. But the bots were still up over 11 grand or something for the week. So it benefits you to not lock yourself in and say, I only do blank. Right? Charts are charts. The robot doesn't know what the hell it's trading. If I put this on corn, it's going to trade corn. If I put it on frozen concentrated orange juice, it'll trade FCOJ. Yeah, you know what, Derek? I don't trade or I don't chart numbers of trades and fees and commissions. I have always looked at, I know some guys do. I have always looked at trades and fees, et cetera, as a cost of doing business, right? If you own, an Ace Hardware store, you own a business, you got to pay the electric bill every month. You have to pay employees, whatever. It's the cost of doing business. I don't really track the trades. I can tell you today, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11, total of a dozen trades. So let's call it 12 trades total, right? Bonds is moving back up. So 12 trades times 3 is 36 cars times, call it $5. You got about $200 in commissions right now, give or take, right? You're welcome. Guys, it's 11:33 and Europe has closed. This is where, in my opinion, we get uber slow. It is not worth your time to trade at this point. That is my opinion. Those of you that have been trading long enough should know that. I want to thank you guys for all sitting in for your first day. Those of you that are on trial, my members, thank you as well. I know it's been slow and arduous today. I will see you guys all in the room tomorrow. I spent a lot of time today, and missed some trades explaining, for instance, just look at just the euro. The euro was down $200, right? So here's where you get goofed up. Huge winning trade here, all 3 targets. Huge winning trade here, all 3 targets. I don't have it on. And then I get this trade in here for one, the small losing trade, first target only, down $200. That's all it takes. Instead of being up $500 or $600, I'm down $200. But I spent a lot of time today, guys, explaining to our trials what we're doing. It'll make a little bit more sense. You're very welcome, Eduardo. Johan, go to the rep. So, guys, you're welcome, Donna. You're welcome, Gus. Here's what I'm going to do. Everyone that signed up for a trial, I have put your name in my benchmark email. Please check within about 2 hours. I have to convert the video. Please check within 2 hours. Some of you will get it right to your email. Many of you, benchmark email, will send it to, it'll get sent to spam or junk. Please check your spam or junk files. If you don't have it by late this afternoon, please send me an email, okay? What is the cost for the trial? You paid it, $10. And I will be more than happy to send you the video link, okay? Some of you have expressed an interest in purchasing the robot. If you've made up your mind, I mean, some of you guys, I know I've seen you in trials before. Send me an email or let me know, and I will be more than happy to, send you a discounted invoice. Guys, have a blessed afternoon. I will see all of you tomorrow in the room, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody has questions, thank you, Tony. If anybody has questions, just email me, guys. Or fellas, if you're in the States, if you're in the US, right? If you go to the website, targetstradingpro.com, there is my telephone number. You can call me. I'm the only guy in this business that will take calls 7 days a week until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're welcome, Terrence. See you tomorrow. Actually, a live person, imagine that. I've actually answered the phone and people have said, I didn't expect anybody to answer. If I don't take the call, I'm at dinner with my wife, or I'm on another call, or leave a message. I always return calls the same day. Period, the end. You will get a call back. That I promise. Okay? Fellas, I will see you all tomorrow. Be blessed. I want to thank you for your time today. If anybody needs me for any reason, please don't hesitate. Contact me, okay? Somebody gets stuck in a trade. I don't care if you're a trial. If you're doing something on your own, you're stuck in a trade, call me. Call my phone. I'll tell you what I see. I will help anybody, anytime. I will see y'all tomorrow, guys. Have a great afternoon.